Welcome back to Watching Film and Varnadore Films. I am Seth Varnadore. I was a college and high school football coach for about a decade. Now I break down film here on YouTube with an emphasis on the Florida Gators. Not a fun one to rewatch this week compared to some past weeks, but um, yeah, there was some glaring issues in the game. I think most of it was maybe a little more physical than schematic, but there were still some things you got caught in by Kentucky. But it was kind of a mauling. So let's just go ahead and get right to it here. We'll start with offense. We're going to watch a majority of the first half, and then a couple positives from the second half offensively, and get out of here. First play of the game. This was kind of a theme in the run game. You had run through by Kentucky linebackers, unable to get to the second level, or just odd fits here. Interior push was a big issue, allowing linebackers to come through. Right, if there's not as much push here, you're tied to the line of scrimmage here. He's going to have to try to get back through there, and now you're in pretty good shape on the front side. Backside run through. One of the biggest issues I was concerned about coming into the season is kind of backside run through, the backside without a running quarterback to hold people. They've tried some different things, but Kentucky was able to get there. Here's another issue. This is you may say, right here you should be hot. First of all, I think you've got to play on. I'm pretty sure he's going to kind of curl up. And he's here. You've got both these guys ends up open here. I'm not sure why this protection was pushed to the left. You'll see here when we go to the back view. And then also with that, since the protection was pushed working this way, did he set it because he's working here? So he set the protection that way? I don't know. But you can see from the back here, maybe you think he's a threat, so you set it there. You're thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. So you slide 4 here. I don't know. When I look at it from this view, right, I think these two are just as likely to come as him, especially because they're inside this receiver. He's outside the receiver. So I would set it this way, if anything. Now maybe you don't want to set all 4 that way, and I'm sure they've got. I'm not sure if they're a 4-man slide team or a 3-man slide team, but I mean, if you set 3 this way, 1, 2, 3, at least you'll have one free off the edge, and then you can work here for these two. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of an odd choice to set the protection left. You'll see here, you set 4 guys for 2 guys over here. And now these guys come free off the edge. If you would have set it here, he maybe comes late. But by that point, he's open. I think you got the curl open even before that. You kind of got the ball out of your hands there. So also, if I'm working here, I got to just throw that on him. There's enough room. If that's the side I decide to work, I'm guessing he's dropping to deep third. He's going to be the flat player. As soon as he takes that, put it on him right now. This shouldn't even be an issue if you just throw it right now. A little late, and then that causes you to hold it, pull it down, and get sacked. So protection issue, possible quicker decision needed. Get you in 3rd and 15. There's not a lot of great play calls for 3rd and 15, but you kind of get a pretty good one here. I thought this hold was weak. But really, the worst part about it is it's not super necessary right here. Once you get him inside, you've got these big bodies coming. I don't think he makes the play if you don't toss him. So unfortunate there. This is actually a great call for this look. With the jet motion, try to hold some guys. You get a little bit of play backside. Right, he's held a little bit, and now I'm able to get these reaches. And good job there by the left tackle, kind of sorting that out. And now you've got some bodies leading out front. That's a really different way to start the game. Now you get 3rd and 18 here. This is when you have a run called. You have a screen called as well. I think you might be in a better position here just to throw the screen. Bang right there. He'll be leading up. At least get it out in space a little bit more. I probably throw that thing out there. Able to kind of get a piece at the bottom, and then it's tough. You don't have a lot of place for 3rd and 18, right? All right, so defensive. I think defense-wise, that's where the bigger issues were. Offensively, I think you had some things there at times you couldn't execute, and you got some penalties that killed some drives. And you're not good enough on offense to have big-time negative plays and come back from it. That's just kind of the truth and the reality of the situation. Not many teams are. But so right here, this is kind of a compounded issue. So you get just totally washed down here. He's squeezing, and it's almost like this thing gets washed down and walled down so hard that he almost gets too far inside on his squeeze just because, man, we're getting some pretty good movement right there, right? So if he's able to kind of be out a little bit further here, let's say he's here and he recognizes this, keeps his outside on free, which he's trying to do right here. If he's here instead, right, if this thing doesn't get washed down so hard and he's got to squeeze it all the way in here, if he's here with his outside on free, he strings this out a little bit more. The backer's able to get over the top because he's got to keep his outside on free, and he's kind of got to hang out in here, make sure the ball doesn't come here. And then once it doesn't, he's able to come. He should be filling as well. But you also have a chance. It'd be a tough play, but you have a chance to make the play there. And then right here, all right, that's fine. Make him turn back into there to your support. What you cannot do is jump inside and let him rip this thing off for 10. When you're in pretty decent position. Again, this thing gets squeezed. This thing gets pushed all the way down there. If I have to squeeze it so hard, maybe I'm able to string this thing out, kind of spill it, let the backer get over the top there. He's got a better angle, but you can't compound issues by not forcing him inside. So very next play, perfect call here. You get a slant, and the corner's coming on a blitz. You slow-mo this thing. Right here, I tell you what's going to happen. You're saying a 2-yard loss probably. Maybe a 1-yard loss because he's a pretty good runner. Maybe no gain. Bang, right there. You should be in good shape. Great call. I'm not sure what happens here. But what should be a loss turns into 20-yard gain. 20 plus. About 20-ish. So that's tough. All right. Run the ball for 4 yards on first down. It's kind of, they blocked it up all right. Met the back in the hole, 4 yards. 2nd and 6 right here. Better job by the corner. Plays a little physical. Turns it back inside. Perfect. You turn it back inside right here. If I pause it right here, bang, this thing's going to cut back right to the safety. And then you got the backer coming in as well, right? You feel pretty good about this. You're in position. Just got to make the play. Instead of being 3rd and 5, you get a first down here. I thought for the most part, now the very next play I want to show you is one where it wasn't perfect, but and there's a couple in this first drive, but I thought for the most part they did a pretty good job in terms of the passing game here. I think Kentucky's going to try to go 4 verts here Florida's playing a quarters look, I believe. Once he outside releases, he's going to take him outside and vertical. He's able to snap his eyes around. So you're going to get a deep crosser. He'll be up the seam, I'm assuming. And I'm guessing he's got the wide go here. So right here, the quarterback thinks it's too high. Once I pass this off, I'm going to have an open window. As he goes to throw that thing, there's your safety that if it was a good throw, is just kind of waiting for it coming back across. And you've got your other safety working on top of this here. So you end up in pretty good shape. Your nickel runs with the motion. You got this thing covered up pretty well right here. So I think Leary, I don't know if that's a miss so much as if he puts it on him, that might be picked. A couple plays later, you get to 3rd and 5 right here. I think you're in straight man coverage. This guy's pretty explosive, so I threaten vertically. It gets him to open up his hips, and he breaks it off. Watch this in here. I like this kind of working here. I think that's the safety roll down. Right there, that's pretty sticky. If you kind of had the same look here, which it's tough because this guy can roll, right? And I'm sure they run some slot fade stuff. So it's tough. He's going to get on your toes. But, man, if you're able to kind of be a little bit more in his hip pocket, the throw's a little bit behind him, you've got a chance to make a play there. Instead, he gets you to open up. Right here is when the rep was lost. Bang, he gets you open up, and now he's speed turning, and it's over. And good throw by the quarterback in terms of timing. All right, this is one you get caught. It happened a couple of times. You get caught in a call. It's a tough look. You're going to – my question is, I don't know if they want slant. You're running a creeper, right? So you're showing 4 up. You're actually going to drop him, bring him from the field. So Kentucky ran a ton of zone prior to this game. Not as much gap stuff. They went to some gap stuff early in this game and kind of was their bread and butter. 18 of the running backs carries were gap schemes. So this is a tough look. It's a good call by Kentucky. You're dropping to the flat. You got to wait for the ball to declare because you're a flat player. Now it's declared. It's tough to get back in here. Obviously, you'd like to be able to get a little bit more, but I think you just get put in a tough spot here by the play. My question is, he looks like he might be slanting. You'd think off this edge you may have a slant on here. And if I have a slant and I'm able to get over the top here, does that slow this down a little bit? Maybe. But I don't know exactly what the call is. I think with that edge pressure from the kind of the nickel there, you may be slanting, but doesn't look like it for everyone. And you get caught in a call, which is going to happen. All right, 1st and goal. You see some zone run here. Florida, I thought, did pretty good against the zone run. It was the gap stuff that gave them problems. Right there, you're getting push. Nothing on 1st down. 2nd down, I think you do a pretty good job here in terms of your call. You drop that end here, bring this nickel from the field. He falls right under the flat. I'm not sure what we got going here. It looks like he's there, but he kind of jumps over the top a little bit, and that opens that thing up a little bit. But good job. They'd like to, I think, get the flat here, or the idea was probably for Kentucky is what they were thinking. Get the flat, get him to widen with the flat, and now this guy's got leverage on him. Ford does a good job getting the end, dropping the end of the flat. Corner kind of loses his leverage here, but no harm, no foul, so to speak here. Bad ball. You get out of it. Here's one I'm not sure exactly what the idea was. You're bringing pressure. Looks like he's playing more. It's almost there's a miscommunication. It's hard to tell between these two. I would think you get basically. I'm not sure if he breaks it in or not, but he's in and he's a corner. This is a super common. It's basically smash with two slants or two in routes. This is a super common look in the red zone, or if you're going to get man coverage, this is something that's not crazy. But right here, when he breaks inside, he turns like he's playing inside this thing here. So, and he doesn't seem to have he's not getting depth. He seems to be playing here. So is it man? Is it supposed to be two high safeties? Your other safeties kind of rolled to the middle of the field. Is it quarter, half? Or is it, I'm not sure exactly kind of what it's supposed to look like here. But basically, you get one guy playing man, one guy playing zone almost here. And he's wide open in the back of the end zone. So I'm not quite sure what the distribution was. Obviously, somebody busted. I would think it would be one of the interior guys, but there's all kinds of different combo coverages you can play on the goal line for to play some like double bracket later. There's all kinds of things you can do down here, but typically none of them end with that. So obviously miscommunication there. All right, Florida gets the ball back. Going to take a shot. Kentucky's a quarters team a ton. Two high looks. You're going to deep crosser, post shot. You actually get on top of this. You get on top of the safety here, and you have a chance. Just a little long with the ball. I think the ball is taking him to a good spot in terms of safety does a decent job. Kind of here, the ball takes him more vertical, which I don't know. Maybe you just want to take. I'm not sure if this is something they work where he can kind of take him more vertical. That's tough. You kind of let the ball bend you back. But you have a chance here to make the play. You get over the top of the safety. Would have been a big play. Just miss it. So you come back on second down. Little duo, I think. And you'll see you basically get about the same exact look. Almost the same from Kentucky. Kentucky pops it for a touchdown. Florida's corner. And linebacker, I think, maybe misplay it. And you get caught in a slant as well that I think maybe should have been called off. But again, we're not sure. But Kentucky's corner right here steps up, makes a play. You kind of get what you want in terms of getting your back, 3-4 yards downfield before he just got to, have contact. And the corner just makes a good tackle right there. I thought Kentucky was really good at the fundamental stuff. Obviously, blocking and tackling, which are important, but defensively, they definitely play with an edge. And they've got some older guys that have been around the block a little bit and have been in the system. And then a couple just some of their young dudes are just studs. I think that defensive tackle here is maybe a sophomore. I think they said he's an animal. So, Hank. Super common, interesting way to run it. So Hank is typically, right, a lot of times it'll be curl, flat, over the ball, and then same thing over here, curl, flat, right? It's curl flat with an over ball. This is a West Coast staple. Bill Walsh runs this. You see it all over the NFL. It's called Hank. Right here, you get exactly what you want. Florida is running a little differently, it looks like here, where instead of having this guy run to the flat, you're actually going to run a hitch outside. But the idea is the same. Kind of a 5-yard hitch, curl. So basically, it's still the flat, curl flat over there. It's the same read. Over the ball. You get exactly what you want with the over the ball here. Bang. It's on him. You just got to catch that thing, protect it, get down for the first down. Looking here, watch him run to the flat there. If he wanted to, could have taken this curl throw as well. But hey, if you're looking over the ball and that thing pops open right now for a first down, take it. Just got to catch it. You don't, it gets popped up. And that's the second pick for Mertz where the ball's kind of been popped up by his receiver without, a fault of his own. Tough break. All right, so here's one where you look like you're kind of outnumbered here, but you're going to slant. And this is when I think you want your corner, ideally. He's off. This is a bunch, so I'm a little confused, I suppose, how they're playing the bunch, but he could be playing back here from depth so he can play top down and come downhill on stuff, right? That could be why you're playing at depth, right? Talking to defensive guys. So he's playing from depth. So I think right here, you're hoping your corner just triggers right there, is aggressive and can make the play. Kind of slow plays a little bit, but not a terrible job defensively. This doesn't go for a big play here, but just it seemed like they wanted to work that boundary. The Kentucky wanted to work the boundary a little bit, make guys tackle, make corners come up and tackle, and that was successful for them. Right here, man, you're in pretty good position. Like right here, you're in good position. Close this thing down, break down, make the play. Good play by the back, and then here you've got right, this is why you don't block corners. You got to make them tackle. So down 10. Here's another shot off play action. You get exactly what you want, right? So you got Douglas got over the top and the corner fell off last time. Here he's going to run between the corner and the safety, getting vertical. You've got this crosser. Pierce off the motion is going to be your check down / short option here. You get exactly what you want. Look at the play you get out of the backers. Right? This is kind of the offense, the design of the offense, and I wrote about it at GatorsBreakdown.com. You want to have a diverse run game and make teams stop that with a heavy box. Then once you get a heavy box, you want to take shots over the top if you get safeties playing the run. Then once you get safeties dropping off deep, you have an intermediate section of the field that should be open now to hit your receivers on crossers and catch and run opportunities. That's one thing. If you go back and watch Louisiana, they were able to hit these intermediate catch and run plays, and their guys caught it and could go. You haven't seen a lot of that from Florida in the 2 years. Could be personnel driven in terms of your receivers not being those kind of guys. But I think the young guys are going to get there. So I'm really excited to watch Florida's young receivers as the season goes on. But right there, I mean, Mertz, the other thing with, talking about the young receivers with Wilson being hurt, right? I think perfect world, this is Wilson. Or this is Wilson, but I think Wilson's would be the motion man. Now this is Pearsall. I'm not sure exactly how the speed matches up. It may be similar, but if this Pearsall, maybe it's a catch. I don't know. It's not a great ball, but you get exactly what you want from the defense, and you just miss it there. But if you can put that on him right there, he's catching it, and it's just a race then. 2nd and 10, little gap scheme. Watch this is something that's interesting, right? So the way they're playing, kind of their personnel. Watch how I think we have one coming up. So keep this in mind. Florida has kind of a nickel playing that edge to the field a little bit when they go tight front. Watch how they play it. Now, this isn't perfect. Florida's able to turn this thing in upfield and get 4 or 5 yards on second down, but just get a little bit physicality. So you get 4, you're in 3rd and 6. And we'll see kind of turnabout for the Florida defense coming up, kind of their look at it. Just interior pass rush, there's nothing you can do, but you get going Hank again. I believe you got over the ball, but you got curl here, flat. The guy over the ball pops wide open. Like right here, you'll see from the back, Jackson is wide open. He does a really good job of kind of finding space, and great job, great catch by him. Good job by Mertz here avoiding the trouble. But man, if I could just step up and throw this thing, that would be preferable. It'd be quite easy for the quarterback instead of having to come here, make that throw across my body. Great catch here because there's a little bit back behind him. Great catch and tuck. Convert the first down. 1st and 10. Again, backside. Backside here. I think you get an interest. So interestingly enough, I think you get a little defensive holding here that wasn't called. This is a tactic against heavy zone teams. When I was coaching in college, we were a heavy wide zone team, and we had somebody do this to us where they would grab our guards and just grab the jerseys and kind of pull them down and just let the backers fly through. So watch here on Florida's right guard there. He's working. He's kind of he wants to work that inside hand, kind of gets push here. You can see him get kind of pulled back. That allows the backer to go through free. I think if now it would have been super clean. I don't think, just because of the alignment here. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. That may have been part of Kentucky's play too, is to kind of do some interior holding to let your linebackers get over the top, which a lot of refs don't really look for. We in that particular game, we begged the referees to look for it, and they never called it. And you could see on film their team grabbing our guards and literally just pulling them to the ground, just dropping to the ground and holding on. So good strategy there. 2nd and 7. You go a little snag look here. You're going to snag. I think he may even curl up. It makes it look like a corner, which Florida will do sometimes, and curl up there. Then on the backside, you got double slant. So if you want to work back here, you can inside out that to there. But this is fine. Bang, they'd fall off. Put it on him right now. I mean, this is one I don't really get the spot here unless his foot was out right there. It's hard to tell, but it certainly looked live like he got past the line of scrimmage. You end up getting a 3rd down and 1 out of it. You go with a little tempo here, which I know there seemed to be some times where they weren't moving too quick, but I thought they did go tempo a few times and catch Kentucky off guard a little bit. Here's one that went pretty fast. Kentucky wasn't set. Good job on the interior. There were times where you ran the ball decently between the tackles. It was often about this backside push. Mazuka, when he's kind of can be part of that backside, and he can really wash things down. He must be a pretty strong dude, I'd imagine. There are times where he just caves that thing in backside. So productive. Now, this is what the offense can't. You probably get another hold here, by the way. Florida's trying to go out and up. Take a shot. The fake holds the safety enough. He probably wouldn't have got to it. But, man, this is just reminiscent of that sack against Utah. Pretty similar in terms of slipping as you go to step up. Maybe it's a turf issue. And then interior penetration. There's not much you can do here. This is just kind of – that's a one-on-one right there. If you're solid here, I might be able to step up. You're trying to go out, and you see the hold here. And up, there's space. you've got the corner kind of flat-footed if he doesn't hold. But that was the idea, go out and up with him. You probably should have got a holding call, but right here, it happened so fast, didn't even give the ref a chance. There's not much you can do there if you're the quarterback. 2nd and 18. Like I said, not many teams are good enough to be in 2nd and 18 and convert. It's difficult. So trying to get it to, I understand the idea. I don't like the concept here, just in terms of how Kentucky's playing. Now, they had some success with this last year, and you kind of get what you want. Now, different protection here. I'm going to pull the center back there. It does not go great. But this is a tough one. This is the way they were playing this. They played it pretty well. Now, again, could that be a hold there? Maybe, but the ball doesn't get there. So, but this is not my favorite. Now, this is not my favorite concept they run. It seems to end in 2 curls. Sometimes when you get the hard play action, when you really get the hard play action, it opens up, and they did it against Kentucky last year. But this guy didn't really hard play action, so you didn't really get anything out of that. Maybe you could fit it in that window. I understand the idea. You're trying to get into a 3rd and manageable, so you're looking for something 10 yards that you can protect, and that's a protected play. You got 7 guys in protection, theoretically, but didn't work. 3rd and 18 right here. I think you try to go 4 verts. It's hard to tell. Try to go 4 verts, let the back kind of fall off, but when it's 3rd and 18, I can play deep if I'm Kentucky and rally anything late. Maybe you got a target in there, would have been certainly seemed like. But this is why you don't want to get in 3rd and 18, because there's not a lot of plays for it, and all you have to do is kind of fall off. So, all right, so Florida tips the pass. They got a punt. Florida tips the pass on 1st down. 2nd and 10. Really good job here on this. They're going to try to run the stick, basically the same thing they ran on near the goal line there. Then he pins down on this thing. Really, I mean, he gets there in a hurry. Bang, in his hip pocket. Great job. 3rd down. I think they're trying to bait this right here, and they almost get it. If it was a perfect throw, or if it was a good throw here, I don't know if he would have been completed it, or if. So it looks like you're kind of man here. He turns out to the flat, but he turns up and tries to almost bait this throw, it seems like. And maybe that's the intention. You see he's starting to turn and run to this out. I would really have been interested to see if this was a throw that led him, if he could have got a hand on it. I think Shamar might have been able to get a hand on it if it was a better throw, but maybe that's why Leary throws it behind him. That's my guess, is they tried to bait this because Armstrong's pretty fired up about it. But yeah, this one I'd be really interested to see if the throw was out in here. Is that something he can get a hand on? I don't know. And I'm not sure if that was the design or not defensively. I just thought it was interesting. And then later they do bait him into one that should have been a pick 6 up front. Nothing crazy. But you get. All right, so this is right after the punt penalty. All right, so before the picture here, I think Kentucky had tight end wing here. They trade and both go over there. So now you're in a bunch look, and you didn't really get a shift from the Florida defensive line when the strength changed like that. So there wasn't really a shift. And there it looks like they've got a slant called on here, which I suppose you feel like you might be all right. If they got a slant, he's probably there. He's probably there, right? Outside the receiver. Now, I don't know if I would think the corner is supposed to get hands on this receiver. And if he does that, now he can kind of come into the party here. So, maybe you can call off the slant just because the strength changed and you've got this big strength into the boundary now. Or, if guys, I think if you play this all right, I think you're in okay shape. But right here, right, we got to fill here, and I've got to squeeze that down when he goes inside and get hands on that and not just give him a free release to my safety. At worst, I squeeze this down, slow him down, and now my safety can come fill. But also, like, if I'm going to give him a free release, I need to squeeze this thing down, right? Squeeze this a little bit tighter. This thing might bounce right back. If I'm the corner and I'm here, this thing might bounce right back to me. I got to make a play there. But, hey, I'm going to have to make tackles. Basically, you remember the Kentucky run from earlier where Etienne gets hit for the Kentucky corner, goes low, gets him down for about a 5-yard, 6-yard gain. The exact same play. Kentucky's running the exact same play Florida did. Difference is they had a guy make a tackle there. Florida doesn't really get hands on him until he's 5 or 6 yards downfield, and then he's gone. So, talking about misfitting runs, right? You can't have this. 2nd and 8. Run on 1st down, 2nd and 8 here. Like the idea of the screen call here. Great catch. And I thought, Mertz, I'm like, man, it's a fastball, but this guy's flying, so you can't really give a ton of air. But there, your motion man's here for the corner. All right. So let's get it here. There. I like the design. This guy makes a good play. Great catch there by Etienne. And then good play by the Kentucky defender there to kind of run with him a little bit. But you get yourself in a 3rd and manageable here, 3rd and 4. All right, so this is, I think this one's on Mertz right here. So the idea is I'm going to shift. So now I've got the tight end's on. He's on. So when you see that, this guy's probably coming in motion, right? So he comes in motion. He's going to bubble. And if the numbers are good, run it. We got run call here. I think zone is the call, I believe. If the numbers are bad, throw it, right? So let's watch here. So when that shift is made, he walks up. All right, that's the safety inside of number 2, number 2 here. There's the corner. There's your other safety. He bumps out a little bit. But right here, I'm throwing this. There's number 3 is that deep. It's really 2-on-2. Throw it. I think he's got the option to throw this thing. Throw that. Trust them to get the 4 yards out here. When we go to the back view, this thing's dead on arrival. You don't have the bodies. So right here, let's look at the box. All right, so then if we count these two, there's 9 guys. That means out here, there's only 2. So there's the 9th guy. So that means there's still only 2 out there. You're 3-on-3 out there. Throw that thing. Right here, you're outgunned. Especially if I can hold that there and I'm working that. There's nobody for him. So I think this one's on the quarterback. You got to throw that thing out there. The play is designed to protect you a little bit and give you options. All right, so remember we talked about Kentucky's edge kind of coming down, meeting this puller in the backfield. There's just no edge right here for Florida. He's down. He's inside the down block, and you're pulling for nobody out here, right? You do a decent job here where you kind of slow this thing down by getting some push, but still, there's no edge for Florida there. And we watched Kentucky, right? They pulled here. When Florida did the same look, Kentucky, boom in the backfield, linebacker, boom in the backfield, the ball cuts back inside. You still pick up 5 or 6, but that's all right. Here, man, you don't get touched here 15 yards downfield. Similar thing. Basically, guards pulling. You're kicking out that end, trapping that end. You're in a tough spot. There's not much you can do, right? And look at the push you're getting right here. Watch the push I'm getting interior. Just bang. A ton of room. Easy kick, right? It's tough. I'm playing inside. I'm trying to play it well, trying to. He just gets enough of me, and then that gets washed down. There's the big lane. Here they get the backside. You kind of slant. Went across face on the backside of this puller. In the second half, they started to bring the safeties more involved, which I think which helped. But the gap stuff for the most part killed you throughout the day. You get the 2nd and 13, very next play here. Kick. And it's a little too easy right here. Just getting kicked out. They end up scoring there, make it 23-0. Florida gets the ball back. Goes to take a shot. That's all right. Drop it off. You kind of get unlucky here. He's engaged in pass pro. But right here, we showed you one where the Kentucky receiver had 3 Florida guys around him. Broke a tackle. Turned it into a first down. Just able to hold on there. Not quite able to get away. 3rd and 12. Again, coming back to Hank. Good throw. Great catch here. Curl. Flat. Over the ball. Curl. Flat. He could have probably worked out to, if he didn't like this one, which it was a good throw. Good timing. Could have worked out to Douglas out here as well. You see how open that hole is as well because of the detention over the ball got. Could have worked that one as well, but good throw, good catch there. Big first down. 1st and 10. And here you get exactly what you want. Great call. Dialed it up. Perfect throw. You drop it, and then you also get a hands to the face penalty, which, I mean, seems pretty I think it seems pretty both ways here, but regardless, you don't catch you don't catch the throw. So it didn't really matter, but where it does matter, and you'll see here, this is a great design. Run this in here, take the eyes of the safety, bang, post over the top. A little bit like one of Spurrier's old favorites, Mills. When you can get these safeties to take crossers in front of them, this is also kind of not too dissimilar, which is kind of interesting. With this look right here, this tight split, this is pretty Tennessee-esque in terms of a deep choice look where he's going to just bend in here and then he's got the choice. But I'm sure they probably just called this. But same kind of in terms of how you're stacked here or, quasi-stacked look. Have it. Got exactly what you want. You can see it from the back view. Exactly what you want. Dialed up the shot. Got it. And then you got a great throw there as well. Unfortunate. And like we've said, now you're in 1st and 25. End up, I think, scrambling on 2nd and 25, making it 3rd and 16. There's not a lot of plays for 3rd and 16. I can just fall off underneath, make me drop it off, pick up what you can, but we'll let you throw those rally and tackle. So again, zone stuff, defense played pretty well against the zone run game. Getting some push. They just had some trouble with the pin pull, or not the pin pull, the gap stuff. Had some issues with the gap runs. Here's a beautiful call here. So I think you're playing 2 trap. So he's going to make it look like he's going to turn and run here. And he's actually trapping. He's baiting this. He wants to take this out throw. So you're going to get the safety over the top. Watch, this is the technique from the corner here is perfect. Right, look, he turns, makes it look like I'm turning to run. That's what Leary sees. He sees, oh, he's running with the go. Nope, I'm waiting for you to throw it. Perfect. You baited him into this 2 trap. Thank you very much. Just can't handle it. I think it was almost too perfect here. I mean, he catches that thing probably to the house, but great call here defensively. Make it look like I'm going to run with this vertical. I turn, open my hips like I'm going to run. Bang, break down, break on the ball. Awesome, just until the very end there. Now, you end up scoring on your next drive, so maybe it doesn't hurt you as much, but still, would love to have that one. All right, good job here by Mertz. You look, I think you got like a little Y cross type deal going here. There, crosser, then the dig back behind it. Going 4 to a side there. This is something Florida's got to be careful with. You have an issue. I don't know if it's just on the right side here, but guys coming late from depth, you're getting a lot of your right tackle setting and then helping inside. All right, set, and then I go help inside, and without eyes out here, like, you're good there. Eyes out there, again, I don't know, maybe that's a protection call, but they get guys from depth home a lot against Florida's right side, so that's got to be cleaned up. Great job by Mertz avoiding it, finding Pearsall. I think you can see it from the backside here. All right, if I can protect it, that opens up this huge hole right here for the crosser. If I can protect it, which you have the guys to do it. And then if he takes a crosser, I've got that coming back. Good job by Pearsall recognizing the scramble drill. Good throw there by Mertz. But you had it open. You just couldn't protect it. Here you go, a little bit of tempo. You catch Kentucky off guard a little bit. Able to move that interior and almost pop it. 1st and 10 here. Motion. I think you're starting to get a little bit of this RPO look here. Right here. Probably sees him leaning. You can see right here he's going to turn for it. Sees him in the hole, gives it. Good hard run there. Then great job here. You can see them saying, hey, protection off this edge. Good job here protecting it. And then great job by Mertz. He's going to look here, hold him there, right? Because if I look here right away, this guy's getting over the top, right? So watch Mertz's eyes. He knows he wants to throw this one-on-one. There's a lot of room out there. Ball's in the opposite hash. So bang, I'm going to look there, hold the safety, hit the bottom of my drop, turn, let it rip. Great ball, great catch right there. Hopefully Douglas can get back. And it's not too bad of an injury, but great job by him there. And then hard play action, flat, boot. Good job here by Hanson. You can see kind of the way he comes out straight. He also comes out power strutting, kind of almost like first like step or two, like I'm going to block inside. And then he turns it on. Corner gets lost. Good throw. Way to get out of your hands quick there by Mertz. Put it on him. Good job getting both feet in for your first touchdown there. Pretty good stuff. All right, second half, Florida's defense. There's the same issues as the first. We don't need to watch it again, really. So, interesting thing here. I'm trying to figure out. It's hard to tell exactly what we got here, but we might have a curl. He looks like he's trying to get over the top there. So I wonder if you're getting like curl, trying to get safety to bite on this. If I'm getting quarters and getting him over the top of the safety, because he looks like he kind of turns upfield after the motion here. So, but safety falls off, put it on there. You can kind of see. I'm not sure if he's just running a post or if he's trying to get over the top there. If you can protect it, there's the safety coming down. There's your room to throw the deep shot, but that's fine. Take 10 yards on first down, 9 yards, pick it up. Keep the ball moving. Again, RPO right here. I think you might need to see more of this as the season goes. Make it a little easier on the O-line. He's got that if he wants it right there. He hands it off, but there's a receiver coming right there. He's got that. Hard to see if there's a safety in the window there. Hands it off. Nice run. I wonder if we see more of that as the season goes on. That's something that I think as you kind of maybe realize that this offensive line group isn't from what they've shown so far this year. They could always improve, but isn't an elite unit. Maybe you see some more quick games, some more RPO stuff to make it a little easier on them. Okay, so this is one where you get, I think you're getting this again, kind of the Y cross. And I think this is Andy Jean down here. I'm not sure if he's got to go or like a skinny post, but he wins. You'll see when we go to the back view, if Mertz is able to step up and just let it rip to him. Again, this is fine. Take what you can if they're dropping off, but let's see the back view of it. Watch Andy Jean there on the outside. Step up. Oof. He won. Not exactly. Maybe he came off this pretty early and is looking at the crossers. And if they all fall off like this, perfect. Drop down, take it, take 7 yards. But I'm excited to watch the young receivers for Florida. I think once Wilson gets back, they've got some talent there. So, all right, you get a 4th and 3. I'm not sure what he's looking at here on this one, man. You got double slant here. You got nobody in the middle of the field, right? Even if I'm looking here, he drops. So, man, all day, put it on him. Now Mertz ends up making a great heads-up play. It's 4th down. Give it to him. Great job by ETN here. I think in high leverage situations, as many touches you can get for this guy, for ETN, you got to do it. But yeah, this doesn't make it any better here. Put it on him. This is exactly what you want. Bang, right there. Thank you. Easy money, first down. There you go. Maybe if you make a guy miss even more, but all right, so next play here. Very next play. A little this is a play that's kind of like tight end league. You see that a ton in the NFL. Shanahan loves it. Lincoln Riley runs this a ton with receivers instead of tight ends. He calls it shallow sting, I believe, where he's going to come like he's running a shallow, and he's actually going to turn it up into kind of a wheel route once he gets the other side of the field. And then I believe your back is kind of on this swing here to hold. So pretty good protection here. Mertz is able to step up, find Pearsall. Wide open on this. And you'll see here, Watch Pearsall. So right here, you have the post there. Pearsall has done this. He's come across, and now he's cleared the backers. He's starting to turn up the sideline. The post clears it out for him. Good job by Mertz dropping it to him. Great catch and great job getting in the end zone. So there was some good things, not enough. And obviously, it seems like you got kind of whipped up front for the most part. But I'm interested to see if we see more some of the things we saw in that drive, the second half there, some more RPO stuff. That would be really helpful, I think, with the kind of juice in the run game. And they need it when they play the better defenses in conference. I think they can run on some of the lesser defenses in conference with what they've got. But when you play some of these better teams, you're going to need to juice that run game. So thank you for watching. We'll see what happens next week against Vanderbilt. But regardless, we'll be back with another film room, another watching film. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. Help me game the YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much.